All right, should we do the damn thing so we can get Sleeping Beauty off to Betty Bye?
Let's get sleepy. Daddy, I'm sleepy, sleepy.
Daddy.
Dun-dun-dun-dun. Four trucks.
Welcome in, everybody. It's the Craft Beer Republic. I am Greg. I am being joined by the most overactive tongue in all of the middle of the country, and that is Flex. What's up, big sexy Flexy?
Hey, thanks for drinking. Thanks for joining, everybody.
Yeah, don't forget those. Everyone's got to drink and join.
You got to drink and join.
Otherwise, it's just not a show. Find us on the socials at Craft Beer Republic, at FlexMeBeer _ in between. And real quickly, don't forget, if you're on the old Tavor, promo code Unfiltered. Get you $10 off your first purchase.
Birch.
Here we go. It's going to be a show, everybody.
Here we go.
Yeah, strap in. So much to get to today. We have a voicemail from listener Mike. We have a Ludicrous Libation Law, some booze news, the price of beer at every NFL stadium. Don't worry, I won't read every single one. No one wants to hear that, but we'll pick a few out. And if there's time, maybe we'll talk about the 12 lowest calorie alcoholic drinks.
Oh, I can't wait for that one.
Yeah, in case you're not wanting to get soft for the fall time.
Can we please have time for that one?
Sorry, we're out of time. Good night, everybody.
I'm just begging for time.
You need to know. I mean, you got to stay in your buffestness shape, so it's important to you.
But then Chew will be happy, too, because then it'll be a longer show, because we'll read these 12 low-calorie.
I know he wants these shows, Chew Your Beer, to be an hour and a half, but I think we found the one and only person that wants these shows to be an hour and a half. So until the votes come in for the from all the other listeners,
jeez, no,
we're
selling ourselves short.
You're right. 2-hour show coming in hot. You look like, oh, fuck, what is their name?
The Scuba Kids?
That's a good one. No, I was thinking much more 80s. It'll come to me. Anyways, I am drinking over here a beer I was very excited to see that got released. It is a collab between Firestone Walker and Humble Sea Brewing.
You son of a bitch.
Did you see this one?
I did see it, and I was really, really jealous.
Good news. I got it.
This guy. Lucky dog.
Yeah, it's called Sea Haze. It is a hazy IPA, 6.8%, has 32 non-important IBUs, and has a very low 386 on Untapped. But it's only, as of recording, it only has 21 reviews. So hopefully some intelligent people start checking it. It says a collaboration with Humble Sea, combining our favorite hops from our flagship IPAs to create an extra dense, foggy IPA with huge hop flavors of passion fruit syrup, fresh peaches, mango, and orange pulp. And the hops they use are Idaho 7, Chinook, Simcoe, Eldorado, Cashmere, Centennial, and Calista. And as you can see from the can art, it is very Humble Sea-esque.
Very Humble Sea-esque.
With the can art there. And as you can see, I'm showing Flex. I don't know why I keep saying as you can see. It's very foggy.
If I were to rate that foggy on a scale of 1 to 10, I would say it's pretty foggy.
I like it. Is that like a 7? Like
it's like it's foggy out of a 1 through 10. It's
okay.
Foggy. Yeah,
I feel you. On the schnoz, I'm picking up some tropical fruits and a little bit of I don't know, like maybe a little bit of bitterness, like some hoppiness coming through on the old tongue jabber. I am definitely getting the peaches and the mango. Tons of peaches, tons of mango flavor. The finish is very orangey, citrusy, little bit of dank on the end, and I can prove that because I let my wife try it, and she's like, not my favorite. So there's some hot bitterness that's cleaning things up at the end there. That's how you know
Thank
a hazy.
you, Shannon.
Yeah, that's how you know a hazy has a little bit of bitterness at the end. She go, it's fine, not my favorite. It's like, oh, a little too bitter for you. Got it. Because she will not drink a West Coast. So anyways, really, really great collaboration. I was lucky that I was able to pick this up. In fact, this leads me into what I was doing over the weekend. We did our last wakeboarding trip of the season. And so we went up to Paso Robles, where we always go wakeboarding, and that is also where the flagship of Firestone is located. And I got the email while we were on that trip saying we just released our collab with Humble Sea. And I was like, well, I'll be damn. We're going to go to Firestone. So on our way out of town, we hit up Firestone, and lo and behold, they were out.
No way.
Yeah. So bought a crowler or something. The wife bought some merch from the sale rack because we're cheap. And as we were leaving, she called the other location, the Barrel Works location, which we would be passing on our way home as well. And they had it. And so we stopped in, and boy, it was a good thing we did. They only had 2 4-packs left. So
wow.
We stopped in, and I grabbed a 4-pack. And
can I just say, you weren't raised right if you don't shop the sale rack?
Oh yeah, I love it.
Can I say that? Yeah. I respect the hell out of that.
Yeah, me too. As the guy fronting the cash for this, I respect the hell out of it too. Yeah, I love it. In fact, we were up there with my sister and her boyfriend, and we walked in, and myself and her boyfriend went over to the little bar area where you can sample beers before you buy them. And my sister found the sale rack. I was like, hey, here's the sale rack over here. Everything's like 25% plus off. And I was like, hey, Shannon, go check out the sale rack.
It's like a fucking stampede then.
Yeah. Like all the buffalo going. So
Mufasa's dead.
Yeah, I killed Mufasa yesterday. What can I say? Sorry, Simba. Your dad will be missed. But yeah, so a little sale rack merch followed by a stop at the second Firestone location to pick this bad boy up, and glad I did. It's really good. I mean, Firestone, Humble Sea, 2 fantastical breweries. Can't be bad.
I had seen the post. I had gotten the email. And the only thing I thought was, wow, I really, really hope Greg gets this son of a bitch.
And I did. And then to add on to that, not only did we stop at 2 separate Firestone locations, but we also stopped into There Does Not Exist.
And I did see that as well. And I was very jealous again.
And love me some TD&E. We stopped
Can
in.
You say that again, please?
Love me some TD&E. Did I get
impressive. It? Yeah, that was phenomenal.
Had a couple of beers, had one of their hazies. I think it was called Spore, and it had a double hazy while there. I mean, just the sister's boyfriend was like, oh, I've never been here before. What do you recommend? I was like, look, if you're into hazies, this is the place for hazies. It's what they do the best. Like, all their beers are great, but like they really make amazing hazies. I was like, so don't miss out. So he promptly ordered a West Coast IPA. It's like, all right, thanks, Dick. But then his next one was a hazy. But
smart man.
Yeah, they're goddamn. I cannot get enough of them. I wish they distroed a little further because it's not always easy to find their beer. They do can.
Okay.
But their distro is kind of here and there. It's usually this far south of them. It's like specialty bottle shops and that kind of thing. And,
so I'm assuming it's all
lot.
Like small production.
Yeah, a lot of small. I mean, they have a few cores. Like their Kolsch is a core. I think their Helles is one of their cores. Like they have a few of them, but overall, like the canning stuff it's small runs. I imagine they're doing like mobile canning lines and stuff. I mean, maybe they have a canning line. That'd be sweet. And if they do, make more hazies down here. Because when I want a hazy, I want either TD&E, got it again, or Pure. Like when it comes to California hazies, TD&E, Pure. Oh, and of course, Humble Sea with the Foggies are making the best. So, though we will see how the hazy Tyrannicide is coming up here in a few days.
That's still super exciting. I probably won't be able to get a taste of it, but I'm very, very excited for Nick and 14 Cannons over there.
I'm excited for my tongue.
And
my tongue. My tongue jobber is gonna.
It's a nice tongue.
Thanks. Start flapping your wings coming out for the big anniversary. Flapping something.
Flap wings, not tongue. Okay.
Wings. Just flap, whatever it takes. that was pretty much all for the beer on that trip. Got some pretty decent wakeboarding. Here's the great thing about going wakeboarding in October. Yes, it's cold as balls, but man, nobody is on the water. And we got some smooth fucking water to wakeboard on this week. And it was so nice. And nothing says I'm old like going wakeboarding, because every time I hurt so goddamn bad afterwards.
I feel like that's doing anything active when you're like mid-30s.
Yeah, we'll go with mid-30s.
You know, it's like even going to a concert and you get home and you're just like,
my feet hurt.
You don't even have to get home. You're just in the car driving home from the venue and you're like, fuck, my feet hurt. My legs are tired. I've
got a black eye.
I'm tired. Well, that was once. Come on. Let's not stop throwing it out there. I'm going to another concert in roughly a month.
Okay.
I'm looking for not a black eye. Thinking I might die though. We'll see. Stay tuned.
I mean, from black eye to death, that's real escalation.
It's a little bit rougher of a show.
Should we check in with Erica? Make sure she made it out at Aftershock, okay?
Yeah. Can you got like a telegraph or something?
Yeah. Or maybe she needs to enable like Find My Phone so I can keep an eye on her, make
beep, 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 beep.
Yeah.
Beep, 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 beep.
Since we're all too old for concerts, apparently.
Yeah.
Jesus. So some good beer research. Did a lot of wine tasting too. Paso is known for their wine.
I cannot do the wine.
No, not at all.
I can't.
Headaches?
I mean, I'll drink it, but so I have my brother-in-law. He likes nice things, and every
I like them already.
Get together or holiday, whatever, at my in-laws' house, I should say. He likes to bring like a really nice bottle of wine, be it a red or a white. And they always ask me, hey, do you want some wine with dinner? Well, I'm not going to turn down alcohol.
Right.
Because I may or may not have a problem / hobby. And
you're an enthusiast.
It's a lifestyle. And, I'll gladly take some. And they'll always ask me what I think of it. And I just think it tastes like wine. Like and I sound like an asshole for saying that because I know people who drink wine say the same thing about beer. People who drink bourbon say the same thing about wine and beer. It's this whole vicious cycle, but I don't get the wine thing.
Do you at least have a preference between like red and white?
I prefer red.
Okay. I can't do white. Aside from like champagne, white wine to me is 99% of the time just and headache inducing.
Okay.
But give me a nice big cab or a tasty Zin. I'm all for it. I'm into the wine.
See, I just maybe I just need to get cultured.
There you go. Come on out. We'll go wine tasting. We got a few memberships and be good.
Jeez, you're really, really trying to pull my arm, eh?
Yeah, start flapping. Come on out.
Flapping something.
Next week, Craft Wine Republic, everybody. Stay tuned for that. All right, so that was my drunk-ass trip. What about you? What's going on over there?
Actually some pretty big news over here. So we got a brewery up in Neenah, Wisconsin, which means nothing to anybody, but if I say near Green Bay,
okay,
people kind of get an idea.
Sure.
They're rolling out a location real soon in a suburb around me, Wauwatosa, and I got invited to their media day.
Oh,
so
nice.
I get to go check out their brewery, check out all the specs, all the production, what they got going on. They just bought 2 buildings. It was about a year ago, and they connected both of them somehow, constructed a little a
underground tunnel.
Fiasco. Yeah, so I get to check that out and just
mine shaft.
Everything they've done with the place and try a bunch of their beers and try and promote their new location. So that's going to be real exciting. So I can't wait for that. Yeah.
Does that make you an influencer?
Oh, I hate that word.
I know.
I have some friends who constantly call me an influencer.
You're such an influencer.
I don't like it. I'm just like, I'm a guy who likes craft beer who just started putting it on a social media platform.
Who may or may not have a problem.
Is that too much?
It's definitely not too much.
No. Right? So that's influencer.
I'm just a guy in short green shorts asking beer to love me.
Yeah, exactly. Right?
Yeah.
And then if you like beer too, let's drink it together.
Exactly.
How about that?
You know, it's funny. That reminds me, this weekend on our trip, we're at one of our wineries, and like we fucking own it. One of the wineries we visited. And we're getting out of the car and we're starting to walk up, and this tour, like they had like the fancy tour bus and everything. This tour of drunk wine people are walking out, and one of the guys comes running from the winery. Everyone else is like almost at the bus. He goes, wait, you guys. And they're like, what? Like, did everybody get their content?
Wow.
Content. Yeah. Not like, did you guys enjoy the wine or how did you like it?
Yeah.
Did everybody get their content? I was like, okay, fuck off and die. We've hit that.
You know what? Do you ever find yourself out and you're like, you have this brewery trip planned, or you're going to hit up a couple breweries or just go somewhere, and you're like, oh yeah, this would be a great time to take some pics or some content, whatever.
Sure.
And then you leave and you get home and you're like, wow, I didn't pull out my phone once.
And I had a really nice time.
And I had a great time. And sometimes for me, like, I shouldn't say sometimes, because a lot of time that happens.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, I'm really glad I did that. And I had, talked to some really nice people, made some really nice connections, and I just didn't care about my phone or social media or anything at all.
Yeah. It's a
nice feeling to go home to.
Yeah. Sometimes we'll be like at a brewery or whatever, and I'll go to take a drink. My wife would be like, wait, did you want to get a picture of that first? And bless her, she is trying to help me out. And sometimes I'm just like, you know what? No, I fucking don't. I don't. I just want to drink it and not look at my phone right now.
What a great woman.
Yeah, she's good. Well, that sounds like an awesome night, influencer. Can't wait to hear the full report of your influencing night.
Stay tuned.
Yeah. Any good research lately? Anything going on?
So I've been meaning to make it out to a couple of places. I haven't really gone out and got too much research. I've actually cut back on my beer spending. We're going to Nashville. Oh, boom.
And now I'm a millionaire.
Spoiler alert. We're going to Nashville. We made like a shotgun trip to Nashville. So we'll be going at the end of October. So if anybody has any Nashville recs for breweries or whatever, we are going as a family. So keep that in mind. But
no strip clubs. Got it.
No strip clubs. But yeah, I've been meaning to make it out to Explorium, local brew pub by me.
Yeah, that's one of the mall, right?
That is the mall one. Wow, I love you. Great memory. So they released a new hazy in their series of the Lost in the Sauce.
You sent me one of those.
Yep, and they're very good beers.
Yeah, great can art too.
Great can art, super experimental series. And then they came out with another rendition of their Altragia, which is their peanut butter and jelly sour beer, which is the best. That came out, it was like, I don't know, about a year and a half ago, a lot of breweries started coming out with their peanut butter and jelly beers. Raspberry and peanut butter, grape and peanut butter.
I blame it on COVID.
Yeah, blame everything on COVID. But this brew pub, this brewery, they do the best peanut butter and jelly beer I've ever had in my life. And I mean, that goes up against Drecker and Southern Grist and, a lot of big breweries, a lot of sour known breweries. So, been meaning to make it up there. Eagle Park had a new, overfruited slush that released. It was a dragon fruit, mango, guava, and, that's going to be super dope. So I can't wait to make it up there too.
Nice.
So stay tuned. A lot of research in the future. Got lots of plans in Flex's life,
including a trip. So slide into his DMs at FlexMeAbeer_in-between if you got any Nashville recommendations. We should hit up It's Hoppy. She was in Nashville like a year ago or something, telling us it was pretty awesome out there. So
nice.
Yeah. Anybody else? Let us know.
Yeah, we'll be staying at the old the Opryland Hotel.
Is that near the Grand Ole Opry?
Yes.
Is it connected to the Grand Ole Opry?
I don't think it's connected, but I know it's real nearby. We actually went to Nashville for my 30th birthday 4 years ago, and we toured the Grand Ole Opry, and we walked. You can walk through the hotel a little bit, like any Vegas hotel.
Mm-hmm.
And it was kind of gnarly. So excited to stay there. I don't think we'll tour the Grand Ole Opry again, but I don't. I don't listen to country music, but it was. That's what I
was going to ask you.
Yeah. No, I don't.
Me either. Can't fucking stand it. Here's as country as I get. No, not Taylor Swift. The Eagles.
You'd call that country?
No, but that's as country as I get. I'd say they have some heavy country influences,
Okay.
Especially like the Glenn Fry songs, Take It Easy, that kind of stuff.
Okay, I can.
Very country-esque, Tequila Sunrise. But anything beyond that is just a bunch of rednecks singing about trucks and dogs. I can't do it. You're just alienated half the audience.
Yeah, no. No, Alabama doesn't listen to us anymore.
That's right. That's right. Because I can't figure out how. Oh, sorry.
Love it. Sorry.
Yeah. All right. Before we find out what Flex is drinking, one quick question. This one's for the listeners. This has been brought up over the past few weeks. How long's our show? That sort of thing. And then I was reading all this podcast research on how long the perfect podcast is. So I wanted to put. I actually did, and they said it was 37 minutes. That's the perfect podcast length.
Get out of here.
This one study, yeah. So I wanted to ask everyone, including Chu, who made it very clear last week that 90 minutes would be his preferred listening time. But to everyone listening, slide into our DMs, mail at crappyrepublic.com, text us 805-53-BEER, whatever it is. Let us know what you think the perfect length of a podcast should be. We're just informal poll. That's all.
Can I tell you what I think my perfect podcast time is? 80
like
minutes.
6 minutes. Oh, 80.
Give me an hour and 20 minutes.
Interesting. Why is it an hour and 20?
I don't know. I feel like when you're listening to something and you really get into it or you're really enjoying it, and maybe like before you start the podcast, you already look at the runtime and it's like 56 minutes, and you're like, okay, like, I guess I can kill an hour. And then you start listening to it and you get really into it and you're laughing a lot, and then you're like, oh my God, it's over. Like if I just had 20 more minutes of this show, to keep me going through this drive or this work day or whatever to have you, sometimes that 20 extra minutes, it really does a lot for you.
Yeah. All right. So 80 minutes for you. I think it's a very weird number. I think it's 42 minutes.
Your 42-minute podcast.
It's a weird, very exact number. 40. So here's a fun one for the listeners. Anytime you see a 42-minute podcast, just know that I'm extremely excited about it. Like way too excited. Shouldn't be that excited. Oh, dear. All right. I think it's time we ask the important questions around these parts.
In a world where craft beer is king, a world where muscles are bigger than growlers, only one tongue can guide us. One man, one tongue, one tongue jobber. In this world, we must find out what is Flex drinking.
Your people's eyebrow is better than mine.
Yeah, it goes pretty high. But can you do it with both eyes or just one?
No, just the one.
Yeah, I feel like that's the thing.
I could double eyebrow. Just look excited.
Mind fucking blown. New beer name, Double People's Eyebrow. Somebody do it, please.
Let's get that collab going with all those breweries in New Jersey.
All right. I have another question, by the way. And we'll get to it after this beer.
Okay.
So anyway, so today I'm drinking Oliphant Brewing. They're up in Somerset, Wisconsin, which is not close to me at all. It's like a 5-hour drive. But you know what that's like in California, because you guys are like 16 hours from the bottom of the state to the top of the state.
Well, a 5-hour drive out here is about 17 miles.
Yeah. See, that's crazy.
Yeah.
That's crazy. So doesn't translate well.
Yeah. So come on out.
So I'm drinking Classic Flex, a hazy IPA called Zwub. It's got some super gnarly can art, as I already showed Greg.
Yeah. Very Mike Judge-esque.
It's like a Mike Judge meets Ghostbusters.
Yeah.
Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
Meets a little bit of acid.
It's like a sewer. I don't know. It's super weird. So it is as the can reads, a hazy India Pale Ale, double dry hopped with Citra hops. So on the old schnoz, we digging.
As one does.
Well, as we all do. You get a little malt presence, a little stone fruity and citrusy. Kind of shocking. And then as we warm up the old tongue jobber.
Oh, my favorite part.
Ever. I do it for the crowd.
Yeah.
We'll dig right in here. So it's thick. It's hazy. It's got quite a malt backbone to it.
Interesting.
Mild citrus presence, but it goes down relatively smooth. There's no bitterness. Little lingering malty. Like I'm saying, the malty backbone to this is kind of heavy.
Surprising for a hazy.
Yeah, not something you'd usually find on a hazy. I don't know if that's on purpose, if it's accidental, but it's a good beer. It's palatable, but it's not like a super juice bomb hazy.
Sure.
But I'd probably give it like a 3.75.
All right.
It's solid. It has a 3.97 overall, so I don't think that's far off.
The can art brings it up a couple points.
Yeah, it does. I would say it's like a 2/3 on the algorithm at a 7.5 ABV.
Okay. You know what it reminds me of? It just hit me. Real Monsters.
Yeah, it does because of the eyes.
Yeah.
Right? Because of the eyes.
Yeah, the eyes. It does it.
Yeah.
Like Mike Judge meets Real Monsters.
Yeah, like Nickelodeon Mike Judge.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I could see that.
All right. Well, very nice.
Yeah, it's delectable enough.
Okay. You said you had a question for me?
Oh, so we had Nick.
I'm a little worried.
We had Nick on the show last week.
Right. Good times.
And Nick says collab.
Uh-huh.
But I say collab.
Oh.
So, because it's a when you say the word collaboration, it's
sure.
Collaboration. You don't
right. There's no like hard O.
Yeah.
When you say the whole until I'm done.
Keep your hard O's to yourself.
Yeah.
So is it collab or collab?
It's a good question. I have to admit, I say collab with the hard O.
Okay.
Because of Nick. Because that's how he's always said it. And I heard it early on. I was like, oh, collab. But like, I will also sometimes do soft O with an emphasis on the A. So it's like, hey, they collabed.
Yeah. Okay. I can respect that one.
Yeah.
I'm a collab person. Like, oh, they collabed. Like,
yeah. So I guess it depends on the tense. Like, oh, I'm drinking this new collab, but those two breweries collabed.
Okay.
Huh.
Oh, I
never thought about
it.
Yeah.
Wow. Stop reading my mind.
Making my noodle work over here. Good question. Now we have to put up to a poll. Apricot, collab.
It's apricot.
It's apricot with a hard A. Because we're descendants of Britain. Before we get to Mike's voicemail, Ludicrous Libation Law. This comes out of Louisiana, where they say the law prohibits bars or restaurants from displaying any alcohol brand name if it can be seen from outside the establishment.
So like no neon signs.
Right. I guess you could.
That's what I'm getting at.
Yeah, you could have one inside if you can't see it outside. But like if you have the blinds open and you can see it, no dice.
What if you can read it backwards from the outside? So it's not like actually saying, you can't read the name of whatever said company.
Knowing politicians, that would still not be cool.
Yeah, they're so stupid.
They're the worst. The worst.
The worst.
And honestly, it's a little surprising. For a state that has fucking drive-through liquor stores, you can't see a Bud Light sign hanging in the window?
Well, unless you see like a Gill dub.
What?
Bud Light backwards, right?
Oh. We should end it there. Good night, everybody. I was like, the fuck is he talking?
I thought you'd catch on.
Nope, I'm stupid. Nice. That was a good joke. I'll give that one to you. All right. Way to suck, Louisiana. As I mentioned last week, Naughty Pine had their first anniversary. Brit threw one hell of a party. Her Meritzen was delicious. If somebody knows how to brew Meritzen, it's Brit. She came from the background of Enegren, where lagers are kind of their thing. I loved it because it was not sweet. It was fairly dry, and that's how I like my Oktoberfest beers. A little more dry than sweet. When they get too sweet, they get kind of sticky. And honestly, it was a hot day out. I was a little afraid to try it, And I waited till nighttime to try it. And once I did, I was like, oh, I could have been drinking this one all day.
Oh, you son of a gun.
What a stupid mistake I made.
Dumb.
Yeah. So it was delicious. Good party. It was a good time. Love me some Naughty Pine. And anyways, we ran into Mike, one of our friends / listeners, and he decided he should leave a voicemail after consuming many Americans. Here's Mike.
Hello. No one is available to take your call. Please leave a message after the tone.
Hey, Craft Beer Republic, I'm sitting right freaking next to you right this very minute and just reminding you of the time that you offended the fucking, what the hell, the beer booze league by telling him you didn't recognize him without a dick in his mouth. But anyway, you seem to be enjoying that because you're laughing your ass off right now. So, yeah, I'm going to let you go buy me a beer right now. So get your ass into the bar. Talk to you soon. Bye.
I had totally forgotten that story. And then we started talking about it before he called the voicemail line, 805-538-BEER 2337. A few years pre-COVID, a few years back, we were at Integrin and we had a booth. I can't remember if it was Oktoberfest or Frillings Fest, but we had a booth and Mike was hanging out with us and Wiley of the Booze League walked by and I knew that he didn't know who Mike was, but Mike knew who he was. And I said, you should walk up to him and say, it's weird. I didn't recognize you without a dick in your mouth. And well, Mike was fairly hydrated at that time as well. And he absolutely did it.
Oh my goodness.
Oh yeah. I think Wiley handled it well and kind of like looked at him funny and laughed it off a little bit. But I didn't think he'd actually do it. Oh,
Mike sounds like a stand-up guy.
Class act all the way. That is for sure. Oh, it was good times. So thanks to Mike for calling the line as I was sitting right next to him at Naughty Pie.
Thanks, Mike.
Oh, good times. A little bit of news before we ride off into the sunset. The World Cup, which I couldn't be paid to care about.
I'm so excited about it.
You're fired.
Oh, come on.
Are you really a soccer fan?
So I'm not a soccer fan, but I'm a World Cup fan. It's like nobody...
It's like gymnastics in the Olympics. Nobody cares about gymnastics. The Olympics come around.
I was just going to say, like, put it this way. Like, nobody watches, like, yearly downhill skiing. But when the Olympics take place, everyone's like, holy shit, let me check out this downhill skiing. Nobody pays attention to your, synchronized swimming leagues. And then once the Olympics happen, you're like, holy shit, right. USA.
Exactly. Yeah. Well, I still can't be paid to care, but
yeah, the same goes for soccer.
All right. Well, you'll be happy to know that it's going to be in Qatar, and they're going to have drunk tents so that drunk soccer fans have a place to sober up and not be jailed, because you can't be drunk in public in Qatar. It's the first World Cup in a Muslim country.
Yeah, there was a thing about if they were even going to allow beer sales.
Yeah, so they are, and they'll have these drunk tents. If you're found to be too intoxicated, they'll bring you in there, and they won't let you go until you're sober enough to leave.
So is that like an observation thing, or are they actually going to like breathalyze you or something?
Yeah, I don't really know, honestly. It's kind of weird. I don't know how they... It seemed like an observation thing in the story I read, but who knows?
Well, I'll tell you what, if I was at the World Cup, I would be in this tent. I would.
Yeah. I would too, because in order for me to watch soccer, I'd have to be real shittered. And I mean, real
it's
shittered.
World Cup though, man. Yeah.
Still not worth it. Thanks to the World Cup, there's nothing I hate more in this world than a fucking vuvuzela. So thanks.
Never
World
forget.
Cup. Yeah.
Was that South Africa?
I don't know or care.
Yeah, I think it was.
Sure.
2006.
We'll go with it.
You're such an asshole.
I am. Great Notion Brewing has announced finally, and I had heard about this, but I wasn't allowed to say anything, but now it's official. They are opening a tap room in Berkeley here in NorCal in the former Torpedo Room, which is Sierra Nevada's Torpedo Room. We talked about that a few months ago, how they were
Yeah.
closing down and mainly pandemic-sided reasons. Well, Great Notion is opening up their tap room there. I'm very excited.
Well, that's nice.
Yeah, that'll be sweet. You know, the wife's family is from NorCal, so maybe I can go get fucked up at Great Notion's new tap room before I have to go hang out with them.
That sounds like a plan.
Yeah, because I'll need it. That is for sure. So looking forward to some hydration up there. Good news for us Californians. On September 29th of this year, Bill AB 920 was signed into law, allowing California craft distilleries to resume shipping spirits within the state.
What?
We talked about this, I think it was a couple months ago. Basically during COVID, they, suspended all the alcohol laws and you could ship spirits within the state and beer and everything. And then the COVID laws were expiring and the distilleries were fighting to get this permanent.
Yes. Okay.
So now it's permanent. So there was a brief time in California the last month or so that you could not ship spirits. Now you can again.
Well, that's
Yay!
exciting. Yeah.
Yeah.
Hooray.
Why the fuck not? I mean, come on.
No, I agree 100%.
Yeah.
It's like
and
it's like when you go to the post office and you got a sign for shipping your syrup or your cold brew or
Yeah.
your energy drinks,
Snow globes.
and the little prompt comes up and it's like, oh, sign if you're not shipping perfumes or mercury or alcohol. It's like, really? Perfumes or alcohol fit in with mercury?
Right?
Can we have this conversation here at this at the desk here? Can we? What the fuck is that about?
I mean, they're all laws from prohibition. That's the problem. There's
I
so
know,
many prohibition laws still on the books.
It's so fucked up.
It's stupid. I've considered doing an entire episode dedicated to like prohibition laws that are still around because it's so insane how. I mean, it'd probably end up being like a whole 10-part series or something. But
Well, choose
It's-
down.
maybe Chu and I will do all the research and get this going. So, and then also in California, empty wine and liquor bottles are going to be worth 10 cents. So we have like CRV where if you buy a can or a plastic bottle or something, it's an extra 5 cents. And then if you
Yeah.
recycle it, you get that money back. Well, the wine industry has somehow all these years skirted all these years. It's because they have politicians that own wineries, but have skirted this rule that you have not had to pay CRV on wine bottles. And now you'll be paying 10 cents for your wine bottles, but you'll get it back if you recycle. So be good to the planet.
Go green.
Yeah, go green. All right, the story everyone's been waiting for. The price of beer at every NFL stadium. We'll start at the bottom.
How about we start with your least favorite team?
Oh, my least favorite
What if we
team.
did that?
Yes. The Seattle Seahawks. And they averaged this out at 16-ounce beer, so it'd be the same for everybody. So this is based on a 16-ounce beer. And the average in the league is $9.56 per 16-ounce beer. The Seattle Seahawks,
Wow,
$10.50.
that's not bad.
Who's your least favorite team?
Rivalry would be the Bears, but really where Tom Brady is, so the Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
All right, well, they're very close to each other. The Bucks, $8.63, and the Bears, $8.80 a beer.
Wow.
Now, on the happy side of things, the 49ers, $11.50 a beer. Fifth highest. And then the Green Bay Packers at number 14, $9.50 a beer.
Okay, that's salvageable.
Yeah, the cheapest beer in the league comes with what is probably the shittiest team in the league.
The New
year
York
after
Jets?
year.
Tell me.
It is the New York Jets.
Shut up.
Sorry, Mel, but at least your beer's cheap. $6.25.
You know what? Let me tell you, Mel has been trying to get us out to New York for Jets games because the tickets are falling so fucking cheap.
Can't imagine why.
I think she went like 2 or 3 weeks ago, and there was like low level end zone tickets for $86 a piece,
Uh-huh.
and a couple weeks later it was like $100 a piece. And any other NFL stadium, that's like a lot more than that.
That's like, I don't know, that's probably like at least 8 years ago. The 76ers, basketball team 76ers, were having trouble filling the stadium. So they did this like whole dynamic pricing thing. And one dude bought an entire row of seats for like $17.
What?
Yeah, and then he sat by himself and took a picture of him in this $17 row of seats.
Jesus.
Yeah. So Jets are the cheapest. The most expensive, I'm surprised it wasn't one of the California teams.
Dallas?
No. This is not where I would have gone for most expensive beer in the league. Philadelphia Eagles.
Wow, those sons of bitches. Philly
Sons of
fans are
bitches.
brutal, man.
Yeah, $14.67 a pint. Followed closely behind by the Chargers/Rams since they share a stadium, $13.75. Number
Why
4.
the hell do you think Philly?
That's weird, right?
Like, nothing adds up.
No, maybe their tickets are dirt cheap, just like the 76ers, so they make it up in beer sales. It's Philly.
They're doing all right this year, so who knows?
Yeah, so far. Don't bet on them, though. Let's see. So Philly was number 1. Number 2 and 3 are Chargers, Rams. Same price. Number 4, the Raiders. And number 5, the Niners. California keeping things expensive for everybody.
Way to go. Way to go, CA.
Yeah, way too. Oh, wait, that's me. And then you tell me, Flex, should we talk about the 12 lowest calorie alcoholic drinks?
You know
or
what?
should we go to bed?
I love sleeping. You know, I got to wake up at 3 a.m.
Yeah, I know.
But I fucking love lists. You know I love lists.
You're not wrong.
You know how to get me all riled up and excited and pissed off all at the same time.
All right, so this is the 12 lowest calorie
Why are there
alcoholic
12?
drinks. Oh, I don't know. According to nutritionists, I'll start at the bottom. Number 12, a mimosa.
Okay.
Number
Those are
11, yeah. I mean, I drink them all. I mean, I have one or two.
That's not a problem.
Never. Number 11, Paloma.
I've never had one. I've seen a lot of drinks like designed after them, like beers or sours, but I've never had a Paloma.
I'm not a tequila fan, so yeah. Number 10, Mojito. Sure.
Yeah.
Number 9, just straight up Champagne.
Okay.
Which, by the way,
Happy New
dry champagne, very low in carbs, if you're a carb watcher.
I'm not.
Oh, me either. Number 8, a vodka soda. No surprise there.
Classic. Yeah, that's a classic.
Number 7, light beer.
Really?
Yeah, it's
Under a vodka.
Here's what I don't know. I don't know. Are they talking like your standard Bud Light, or are they talking like Michelob Ultra? Because they say
Bud Light next.
Yeah, because they say you're getting about 100 calories, and I don't think a Bud Light is 100 calories.
No, I don't think so either.
So it's like a light beer. Number 6, white wine. Number 5, a rum and Diet Coke. Number 4, a martini.
Ooh.
Number 3.
Daddy like.
Oh, you like a martini?
Ooh, dirty gin martini, please.
Oh, that's right. You like gin. I'm not a gin drinker. You know, I'll be honest, I've never had like a really well-made gin martini, and I'm open to the idea of it. Number 3, red wine. I can get on board with that. Number 2, a gin and tonic.
Daddy like.
Oh, daddy. And then number 1, a pared down margarita.
A what?
Pared down margarita. It says margaritas can be calorie bombs thanks to lots of sugar and triple sec.
Yeah.
Pre-made mixers can also be an issue due to high sugar content. To get around that, we recommend using fresh lime juice, tequila, and a dash of agave syrup on the rocks.
Okay, I can get down with that.
That's how I make margaritas. Tequila, fresh lime.
Yeah.
And like a little bit of simple syrup. And when I say a little bit, I mean like a very little bit of simple syrup. That's the best way to make them. I don't need your pre-mixed sugary bullshit.
No, that shit's delicious.
Yeah, it's the way to go.
It's like, give me the fresh.
Yeah.
Can I tell you a quick fun story about
Please.
gin and tonics and how
Do
I
it.
started drinking gin?
Does it make you stronger?
No, not at all.
Oh, okay.
18 years old.
You mean 21?
No, I was 18.
Okay, 21 it is.
This is a funny story. And we would go to this karaoke bar because me and my friend loved to karaoke, and we didn't know what we were doing.
Sure.
So I thought, how could I make myself appear to be, older,
More mature, 21-ish.
21-ish. Hey, I'm going to order a gin and tonic. Old people order those. So I did, and I indulged. And I was like, wow, this is fucking delicious. And that is how I started drinking gin.
All right. It's funny. Similar story. I dated a girl at the end of high school and into college, but before I was 21, who her grandfather loved vodka and Sprite. And so when trying to appear older, I was like, well, that must be a fucking old man drink. So I'd be like, yeah, I'll get a vodka Sprite, please.
Yeah, that's not a bad idea at all.
Yeah, just trying to look like an old man too.
Yeah. I'm just like, how can I seem like I know what I'm talking about? Gin and tonic, please. Like, who orders gin?
Yeah. And most importantly, you have to be like preloaded. You walk to the bar, you're like, hey, what do you want? You don't want to be like,
you don't want to
gin and
hesitate.
tonic.
Yes.
Yeah. What kind of gin? House gin. I'm a cheap bastard.
Well, good thing the karaoke bar didn't ask. I just
because they only had one.
Yeah. Not many places have more than one.
Yeah. Albertson's brand gin. All right, here we go. Nothing like some grocery store brand alcohol.
New Amsterdam.
Oh, lots of hangovers from that stuff. All right. I think that's pretty much everything. I'll hit some music. I will also say hello and how do you do to Vanessa.
Hi, Vanessa.
And I will say, go check out Flex, the influencer, at flexmeabeer _ in between, aka Mr. A Beer. Find us at Craft Me a Beer on the socials. Craft Me a Beer.
Oh, now you got to change the podcast name, idiot.
To Craft Me a Beer _ in between. Jesus Christ. Craft Beer Republic, craftbeerrepublic.com, 805-538-BEER, 2337, and mail at craftbeerrepublic.com. I think that's it. Hope everyone stays very well hydrated.
And on that note,
good night, everybody.